Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about your vehicle's cooling system and what can cause a vehicle to overheat. So a quick walkthrough of your cooling system. Your engine has some coolant in the engine block. When you start your vehicle, the engine will allow the coolant to heat up, and then the thermostat will open up right here and allow it to run through the lower radiator hose to the radiator where it cools off. And then the upper radiator hose allows the coolant to go back to the engine, and it basically does it all again. So luckily both of my vehicles are fine, but today I went to get gas and someone pulled into the gas station in this Kia, maybe 09, 2010 or so Kia, and he asked if I knew anything about cars. When I went over to help him, he said his vehicle was overheating. Now, when we looked, I could tell right off the bat his overflow tank had no coolant in it. I mean, none. So I told him that would be a good place to start. If your coolant starts getting low, like mine kind of is, your engine just doesn't have enough coolant going through the engine to keep it from overheating, and that can cause an overheating issue. So the solution to that is quite simple. Just top it off. The next thing that could cause an overheating issue is a bad thermostat. Sometimes thermostats will get stuck closed and not allow the coolant to run through the engine. But if that happens, trust me, you're not driving to the gas station. The third thing it could be, and in this case, you'll want to start the vehicle and turn your air conditioner on. Your cooling fans are not operating like they should be. Sometimes your cooling fans stop working. Sometimes it could be a fuse or a wiring issue. Either way, if your fans are not working, your vehicle's not staying cool, and it can cause it to overheat. The next thing it could be is the radiator itself. Sometimes they either leak or they just don't dissipate heat anymore, which is usually a little more common, especially on older cars. With modern vehicles, they make the radiators out of plastic, and what happens with plastic over time? They dry up, they get old, they start cracking. And then the final thing, something nobody wants to hear, a bad head gasket. If you've gone through the process of elimination and everything else is working as it should, it's likely a head gasket. One way you can tell is to check your oil. If your oil looks like a milkshake, you got a bad head gasket. What happens is your coolant mixes with your oil, and when you check your oil, it literally looks like a chocolate milkshake. Now, as for that guy at the gas station, hopefully he just needs to top off his coolant, and that'll be the end of it. What's bad is he said he just came from a shop too. I told him to go back and say something, because even like this, they should at least tell you. But hopefully that guy was able to get it worked out. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, if you do any kind of work, say replace a radiator or do a drain and refill on your coolant, it's important to burp your system of any air bubbles, because air bubbles can cause overheating too. So now that you know what to look for, if your car should actually start to run hot, do a little self-diagnosis. Also, if your vehicle is running hot, pull off the road, shut it down, let it cool off. Because if you keep driving with your vehicle overheating, you can destroy the engine. And don't forget, new videos every Sunday. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I will see you guys next week.